Testing one.
Hello? Hello? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Testing one.
Hello? Hello? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Testing one. Hello, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Hello? Hello? Testing, testing, 1,
And-
2, 3.
Testing.
Hello?
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, everybody.
Hello, folks. Welcome to this week's episode of Geist the Sin Eater,
Hi,
2nd
everybody.
edition, Second Chances. Hello, folks.
I know it's
welcome
been a bit,
to this week's
what with,
episode of
holiday
Geist the Sin
themed,
Eater.
That's what it was. Okay. Go ahead.
Sorry about that, folks. Welcome to episode 23 of Geist the Sin Eater, 2nd edition, Second Chances. I know it's been a bit with the holidays and all, but we're ready to get back on track. So, I presume that we're working again, right?
Yes, we should be fine now.
Excellent. So, first things first. Let's go over what everyone has been doing during their downtime. Who wants to go first?
All right. Jeff, do you want to go?
Yeah, just a second. Okay. So, first order of business. I went and got ready for the big game with the junior varsity team, which went pretty well. We're, in motion. Kids seem to be doing okay. Then I went to sit down with Screamer and talk to him about Eaters of the Dead, because they're getting to be pretty relevant, and we've got one we're seeing today. Super exciting. True notes that he's encountered a few of them during his travels. They're necromancers with some deeply personal ritual that allows them to consume ghosts and empower themselves with the ghost stolen ectoplasm. While the Eaters of the Dead often mentor newly minted necrophages, it's rare for them to actually pass down this ritual or cuisine. Their power grows as they devour more ghosts, allowing them to live longer and ward off death from various sources. So while we've got an idea of how Jacques' cuisine works, the odds of this also being our foe's cuisine is basically nil. Lastly, I spent a day tracking down, with the help of our historian friend, the first settlement site for Whispering Peaks, which the site of the Kinnison Homestead is in the woods to the south, and in general, Whispering Peaks is built on itself. The old graveyard, for example, dates back to the second attempt at settlement, and the graveyard attached to it date back to the first. So we're all nice and set up.
Excellent. All right, so day one, I went down to talk to the Eye, who is my great whatever grandfather, to ask about learning tarot. And getting into the pit wasn't an obstacle. It's not very hard to get in touch with the Hungry Eye. And he's more than willing to give me a few tips about Harrow, how to use it for fortune telling, and how to tell which ghosts are the juiciest and most nourishing. So we've gained a lot of really well-rounded information from my great-grandfather. Um, Day 2, I decided to fulfill one of the ghostly side quests. And the ghost gave me the information. The ghost that gave me the information is able to give you an address where I can find the daughter, and I'll be able to go from there. So now we know what they want us to do, which is tell their daughter where the deed is and where to do so. So we can go on about that hopefully soon. And then Day 3, I decided to sit down with the new ghost that has been following Susie around. The ghost of the girl that gave her the heart while Susie's asleep, and see what I can do to help her. And she's not very friendly, which is not a thing I wanted to see, but she's not. She rants on and on about how she was definitely going to pull through and wake up from the coma eventually. And Susie's grandmother only manages to get her to be quiet for a few minutes by slapping her upside the head. So we're going to have our hands full with this one. And that's me.
All right.
So that's everybody? Oh, or did I forget someone?
Tibbs.
Yep.
Sorry,
So-
for some reason I thought you went first.
Okay. So for my day actions, the first day I ran dumb supper as per usual, and then as we as a crew normally do, rather, and then taught everybody how to do about abjuring, so they can yeah. Day 2. I spent the day preaching at the Church of Mammon, or the Chosen of Mammon, and they're slowly coming around to the shift in mindset, and as me as a as their new prophet. And then Day 3, I continued my attempts at a world record for my speedrun, and looks like I'm getting closer and closer, so could happen anytime.
Hell yeah. That one's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alrighty. So, with our downtime taken care of, let's hop right on in. It is Friday, January 5th, 2024. Where are you and what are you doing?
Jeff, remind us, I know we had a plan in place for what we wanted to be doing.
Well, you see, last time we had dealt with a certain Mr. Priest, and he was now in our possession, and we'd brought him back through the gate. So now we're going down to go talk to Giltskull to get our due. And if we've got time after that, I had a conversation I wanted to have with his master.
Ooh.
And technically, yours, Tips, kind of. I don't know how that's working with you guys. You're certainly working together. Anyways, so
Well, let me get this straight real quick while we're not actually in character. But are you talking about swearing yourself to a chthonic god?
I was actually talking about seeing if I could,
Make a deal with Mammon.
make a deal with the devil, a little more standard sort of deal with the devil. But, this is because Ty is making some very bad choices right now, and I thought that would at least be a fun scene to do if we had time. He might not actually take it, but it would be interesting to see the terms.
Yeah, if you want to do something like that, you would probably need to contact him in the underworld.
And, I mean, we're already gonna be down there. We do already need to confirm that we did the thing he asked, and he is deeply invested in us succeeding. So he might not be offering, your soul or slaughter 40 teens. We might be able to get something a little more reasonable. I don't know. Worth checking. And again, Ty is getting deeply upset at his inability to do anything because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Ty is built like a brick shithouse, and he's kind of used to being able to just resolve any conflict he's ever gotten himself into. The fact that this person can kick the crap out of him, that he knows who's doing this and is just watching it happen, that someone has died since he figured out who the villain is kind of chewing him up.
So, if we can start the day with Nathan having already gone down, I'd like to be scouting sites for our hole. I would like to dig a hole in the underworld to get all of the underworld out of the underworld.
What?
We're looking to where to start our drilling process to go.
Get all the people out of the pit.
Ah, okay.
So I would like a place that is safe and out of the way. And not typically watched or visible by Giltskull and his cronies.
Well, the problem there would be running into the rivers. Yeah, you can certainly dig underneath them, but if you don't watch yourself and dig into them, you're going to douse everyone and everything in the rivers, in whatever river of the underworld you've dug into, including yourselves.
Okay, what if we...
So we have to figure out how deep the rivers are.
That's one way to do it. I was thinking we just, use a boring machine and line it with rubber, and it'll just leave a rubber tube behind.
I think people are going to notice the big tube visible under the water.
Okay, fair enough. Yes, we need to figure out how deep the river is.
And isn't the drill you acquired for this basically a giant bird skull?
Yeah.
That's at least the business end. We're going to have to get some rotary motion from something, and I'm sure we can figure that one out. But this is
You got a
the
regular
important...
size drill.
I don't think the torque is going to be enough to move this thing. I like the idea, though.
Maybe we
Fair
could
enough.
So, I'll be scouting out sites and trying to figure out how deep the river is. Can I drop a rock on a string into the river in the middle?
Yeah, plumbing is pretty easy, and also you're able to pretend to be a whatchamacallit, the thing,
A ghost.
a ferryman.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're a sin eater, you can take up the role of a ferryman if you like.
Yeah, I'm a badass.
So you can just go out on there with the stick and do your tests as long as you're, properly doing your thing. So maybe that's what you've been doing this afternoon?
Yes, that sounds like a great idea.
Alrighty.
I think me and Ethan probably are going to be showing up to meet them here. I had hockey to do, and I'm sure Ethan has a life outside of home and school at this point.
I'm not letting you negotiate with Mammon by yourself.
All right. Well, we're gonna go meet up with Nathan. Just go down the river that they were talking about until we find them, dangling string into the water. Yo, Nate!
Oh, hello.
I know why that's safe to do, but I gotta tell you, it still freaks me out every time I see you doing it.
What?
Going out on that river full of the things that kill people?
Chthonians?
I don't know if you've noticed, but lately we're the things that kill people, so...
Listen, not all of us have apparently gotten to the point where we and juggle Chthonians with our bare hands. Just because you've gotten real close with Prom Queen doesn't mean all of us have managed the same level of mystic power. Uh,
That just means you should take some time and sit down with your Geist. Really get to know them, have a heart to heart.
you're right. We really should talk more. Be aggressive growls underneath their breath. Such an excellent conversationalist you are. It's always so enlightening, these talks. I like to imagine she's biting me.
She certainly makes the attempt fairly frequently.
You just constantly have Ghost roll on your shoulder.
No, it's not. The thing is, she's not even physical to me in that extent. It just
Mm-hmm.
through the side of my head. All right, we got a meeting to get to. If you're done playing in the water, you good?
Kenny, can I roll something to figure out how deep this is? Academics plus wits, maybe?
That makes sense to me, sure.
Okay. I've got 5 dice, so I'm gonna save my willpower in case I need to reroll. 3 successes.
With the equipment you have, and considering what you're doing, you're going to make a rough estimate of about 25 feet.
Cool. Deep fucking river.
And which river was this one?
We'll say it's the Styx.
Alright, can someone write that down? Can we use that as
That's
a
the
clue?
one you do.
Sorry, what?
Can we use that as a clue?
I don't know what investigation the depth of the Styx would matter in.
The investigation to how to get into the tunnels?
I don't think
It's not a mystery.
Fair enough.
Regardless, that's an important piece of information. So consider it like a +1 piece of equipment.
Excellent. +1. You got it, Ty? Thank you.
Yep.
All right. So, before you go to your meeting with the Giltskull, we need to discuss a couple things. What happened after you got your hands on Father Calavera?
We separated him from his mask, which we are still in possession of, because there's no reason why we would wish to leave it anywhere or give it to anybody, and dropped him off in front of his church, which I'm sure we were very popular for.
All right, so you didn't hold on to Father Calavera and basically immediately booted him back into the underworld.
I don't think it made any sense to hang on to him. He could have gone running or something. Ty would have just walked him down here, set him in front of his church and said, "Your people need you." Pat, pat, pat. Walks away.
In
What was
his
he going-
church.
I'm thinking in front is close enough. I don't want to walk inside a building where people might be waiting. Ty didn't feel like having that level of a conflict that day.
I'd have just pushed him through the fucking door.
Yes, but you see, this is way more insulting. Insulting, I think would be the word.
Fair enough.
All right. So since we have figured out what you actually did with him, then we are capable of moving a meeting forward. So you're going to have your meeting with Giltskull regarding what's going on here, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And getting to talk with Jacques in the box.
All right. So you arrive at Giltskull's mayoral mansion. Now, granted, mansion is a bit of a strong word, but it's certainly the nicest place you've seen in the underworld outside of a Kerberoy's dominion. It's a bit slapdash, but there's been various additions and paint overs to try to make it look coherent. Up above, you at best consider it a very badly built mansion, but here it is a palace, especially compared to all of the various tent shacks and little lean-tos that make up the majority of the living space in Purgatory Junction.
If we were keen to get on his good side, we could have burned down the mayor's house and gotten him a nice new place.
The guards at the doors have long since recognized you and parked to allow you inside.
At this point, Tai is no longer afraid of anyone here. So, wanders in with a big old smile on his face and heads to wherever Giltskull usually meets with them.
Reception tells you to wait in his office, letting you know that a meeting of the Chamber of Commerce is going slightly long.
That's fine. Thank you very much.
So you are led into the office, past the room where the meeting with the Chamber of Commerce is going on. You know because you can hear the screaming from beyond the door. Angry screaming, not tortured screaming.
So, can we hear what they're saying?
There's better sound dampening than that. You would have to actually give it a shot and put some effort into it, but you can definitely hear some muffled yelling.
All right. I believe that's a wits plus composure these days.
All right. So, do you want to stop in the middle of the hallway for this?
Valid point. I don't think I care that much. Do you guys care that much?
I think we're gonna find out pretty soon here.
Is there anyone around us?
Did I say that reception was bringing you up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In that case, the ghost from the reception desk is there, making very pointed looks at you while you turn to stare at the meeting room.
Let's get moving.
Nathan just turns to her and says, "Wow, sounds like a friendly meeting."
We keep moving. And we're walking.
You are brought to Giltskull's office. Have you guys been here before? It's been a while, so I don't remember.
Yes.
Yes, we have, but it has been a while, so I don't remember much other than being here.
All right, so I'll go ahead and give Giltskull's office a description. The receptionist ushers you into the door and slams it behind you. You can hear their footsteps on the carpet outside. And after a few moments, you are well and truly alone. Giltskull's office is fairly large. You'd probably guess somewhere around 30 feet on each side. He has a massive desk that looks like it's made of mahogany. And a lot of seating around various couches and chairs, none of which are matched, but they're all fairly nice with limited damage. You can certainly see that there's damage. It's almost impossible to find a cast-off piece of furniture in the underworld that isn't visibly damaged. But the damage itself is minor and easy to hide, especially if you've got any craftsmen of skill.
Can you fix the cast off?
Sure. Why not? Alongside the half dozen mismatched chairs and couches, there are various cases, tables, and shelves that are full to bursting with what various knickknacks. If it looks expensive, it's probably up there. And Giltskull has an eclectic collection of expensive tchotchkes running the gamut from you'd guess the early 1900s all the way through the 2020s. He doesn't seem to know what most of the more recent things are, but he has them displayed proudly regardless. Behind the mayoral desk, which is covered in papers, a typewriter, and a real honest to God quill and ink bottle, there is a door that goes off to the mayor's private chambers.
So we could hear the receptionist walking away from here, so we do not actually have privacy in this space. We also have no idea how long we've got in here. If we talk loudly, we'll be heard. Straightforward question, Kenny, since we have had our eyeballs open while we're walking around. Were the guards at the front door the only guards we've seen, or are there, like, is there, like, security about?
You haven't seen any security guards around the mayoral mansion yet. You would assume there must be some here.
So if we want to look into his private quarters, there's really only one way we can do it, and you know the joke, Tibbs. Are we curious?
Tibbs, what are your thoughts?
Do we have a reason to be nosy?
I mean, he is enslaving people.
Yeah, but we were already planning on fixing that. The matter is, do we care about what's going on with his life?
Does he have a computer?
No, no computers.
He's too old, definitely too old to be. I think we were heavily implied at one point to that he was a previous member of the the assholes in charge of this town whose name has completely fucking
The Kimballs?
I think it was heavily implied he was one of them.
So I don't think that it's worth the risk right now. We haven't had any indication that he's an active problem. He's kind of a status quo right now.
Yeah, I think he was Midas Kimball. Am I hallucinating that name?
You are not.
Okay. I think that was the thing we had some amount of belief on. Sorry, I'm trying to remember everything, and it's been a month. I'm working the brain back into focus. All right. So, I think we just chill.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Are there any papers on his desktop?
oh, there are plenty. Yeah.
Hey Tibbs, Mr. Eidetic Memory, can you just take a quick glance at whatever is visible?
Yeah. I'll take a glance of what is of what's there. See what we have. See what he's got going on.
Alrighty. Let's see. Do you want that information now, or do you want to recall it later?
We can recall it later so we don't slow things down if you don't have it.
Fair enough. Okay. That being said, you hear outside a nearby door open, and the hallway fill with the sounds of several voices attempting to scream over one another. Then the footsteps of several people when Giltskull himself enters into the office flanked by 2 security guards. He doffs the top hat he wears atop top of his gilded skull and sits down at the desk, wrapping his golden finger bones against the top of it. He makes a motion as to clear his throat, which sounds like the rattling of dice, and then looks back up at the 3 of you. "Excuse my lateness," he says. "There were matters to attend to with the Chamber of Commerce. I did not anticipate the meeting going an extra half hour."
Not a problem. We weren't in a hurry.
"So I do need to thank the 3 of you for bringing our beloved Father Calavera back.
I hope he's gotten back to work. We had a chat with him about his extracurricular activities and took away some contraband."
Giltskull cocks his head and says, "He does seem a bit down in the dumps, but he's gotten back to work at the church. And I dare say that the downtrodden of Purgatory Junction are glad to have him back."
Sidebar, and you do not need to have this answer ready, but I figured I'd ask. It is a memento. Do we know what God damn it, what key is tied to the
Mask.
to the mask?
Give me a moment. I think I might have that already.
The mask
Sorry,
of the Red Death.
that's a really useful thing to know when I want to figure out whose pockets it. Who has it in their pockets? And having that key would answer that basically in 2 minutes. And I forgot to ask at the end of last session.
Tibbs, is there anything you want out of this meeting specifically?
I want to talk to. I mean, I just really it's just talk to Jacques.
Yeah, we're mostly here for Jacques. Giltskull is irrelevant.
I just wanted to make sure. Tibbs has been very quiet, so.
It is the key of chance.
Ooh.
All right. My dex is shit, so it's not in my pockets, and I think one of you already has chance.
I already have.
So
chance.
Tibbs, congratulations! You have a death mask in your pocket, and it's happy to see you.
Do we want to make this his problem, or do we want to keep this to ourselves?
Nobody gets to take that. Nobody gets to take that because if somebody else touches it, they become a Reaper. Ghosts who touch it get tempted to put it on. They become a Reaper. We get to do this all over again.
Oh, this is like that hedge sense, or not hedge sense, the hedge addiction.
Yeah. Do not give anyone this thing. If you really don't want to deal with it, we have to go figure out how to break it. There's only one person down here I'd hand it to, and I don't want to give it to fucking Mammon.
Okay. So it's gonna go in a lockbox somewhere.
I'm just saying, if you want to have another key to turn, you can just keep it in your pocket.
Okay.
But I don't know what your dex is like. I know it's probably not 1, though.
Okay, so Nathan looks at Giltskull and says, "It sounded like a lively meeting."
You catch him momentarily grinding his back teeth before he shrugs at you and says, The Chamber of Commerce has some concerns about recent events in Whispering Peaks. Oh, excuse me, Purgatory Junction. The return of our beloved Father Calavera has had some knock-on effects among certain more disaffected members of our citizenry.
Been dealing with some upset out of the rougher parts of town.
You can hear the annoyance in his voice when he says, "Yes, that's exactly it."
My apologies.
So let's dispense with the niceties, says Giltskull. We had a deal. You wanted access to the box, and I said that I would give you the time to speak with the occupant if you brought back Father Calavera, which you did. So the terms. I'm going to give you 30 minutes. The box does not leave this office, and I stay here the whole time.
Fine.
Don't we want this to be private?
Listen, Giltskull is not going to be able to go and affect anything upstairs, and that's the only place we care about.
Hey, Tibbs, can the boneyard turn off someone's hearing?
I don't believe so. Let me see here.
Or can you insulate them?
Unfortunately, I don't think he can cause direct tilts to somebody. I could slap the hearing out of him, but I feel like that would be we're fighting the security guards now.
No, I meant more like, since he can change the area around it.
Like, it's an all or nothing as far as I can tell.
And insensate isn't a tilt you can inflict?
Again,
No.
It's weather tilts rather than personal tilts. If we could throw arm rack on everybody in the building, that would be incredibly powerful, but we're not allowed to do that.
Okay.
It would be very fun, though.
It would be
definitely.
very fun.
And we would immediately pay for like 4 of those and have us stand outside and shoot everybody who suddenly fallen to the floor, insensate, drugged to the gills, and have all of their limbs broken. While Tibbs is just sitting there saying, ow, 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 ow. Because he has to be inside for all this to work, remember?
Yeah. All right. I mean, we don't really have a leg to stand on for negotiating or manipulating things to get him out of the room. So,
and I'm gonna be real with you. If we're having a problem with Giltskull, we can just kill him. I'm going to be real with you. Nobody here could actually fight us if we actually wanted to. It's just, it would be kind of an all-day sort of thing. Yeah. And being that we're already kind of got plans in that direction, I don't feel like doing a decapitation strike is a meaningful change.
Fair enough.
But we can get around to it if you're up to it. Just not today.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm meeting this guy's master in 20 fucking minutes.
Okay. Well, we're ready.
All right. Having accepted Giltskull's terms, he sends the 2 security guards out in the hall. He goes through the door to his chambers, and a moment or two later, he comes out bringing a very familiar small chest, wrapped in chains.
Well, at the very least, you've made one really good decision. You haven't opened the box.
Giltskull places the box down on the desk and says, "I've tried multiple times. I don't know what I would need to get through the chains."
Let me just put it this way. The gentleman inside was eating your kind before he got down here. I doubt he would consider it a problem now.
A deep booming voice from inside the box answers back, "Oh, Lord Mayor, you know I would never do that to you, correct?" You feel like Giltskull would actually smile if he had any flesh left on his face, as he fondly pats the box and says, "Of course not, sir." "Thank you, Jacques."
Excuse me, can I have a quick sidebar outside of character real quick? Is it really funny for us to open the box at some point and let this resolve itself? Is it? I know it's a bad idea, but is it funny though?
He referred to Jacques as Sir.
Yeah, I know. It just is it funny though? I don't want to deal with the consequences, and we would have to kill him. But is it funny though?
Not really.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna leave this alone. Anyways, Jacques, lovely to hear from you. I assume that you are very upset at your student upstairs, who let me see, locked you in here, possibly killed you. We're not sure on that one, but reasonably sure. Locked you in here, tossed you into the abyss, and made sure that nobody down here was going to be able to touch the things that are binding you in place. I'm pretty sure you're not in a good mood with him and would like him properly punished, yes?
The voice from within the box responds, excuse me, sorry. I lost my notes momentarily, but now I've got them. "Oh, Charles," he says, "I take it you've had an occasion to run in to my dear Charles."
Well, Charla is the reason why I'm currently running around with a guest, so yes. Both of us, in fact, owe him a conversation.
"The esteemed Lord Mayor has not informed me much about the three of you, only that you're sin eaters."
I think you can probably put the rest together then. For one, do you know what his plan was? Because, I mean, I can go over what we know, but I figure you probably know. He seems like the sort who's not very good at keeping his notes to himself.
From within his box, he scoffs. "Charles's plan is absolute madness. Do not worry, it is certain to fail."
Don't worry, he's already partially succeeded 4 times. 5 times?
Okay, I'd like to put all of my, power and presence behind a roll. Can I roll presence plus persuasion to ask him a question about how to undo the plateaus?
If there's anybody who knows how to break those connections, it'd be him, because this is his cuisine.
Yep.
All right, you can roll anything you want to roll, so feel free. The question will be whether it's effective or not.
1 success.
Alrighty. And I'm going to give him a opposed roll here. One success. So go ahead. Ask him your question.
He's been dropping unfinished tableaus all across the underworld, attempting to sink Whispering Peaks down. Or rise this up, I suppose. How do we remove the troublesome tableaus from Purgatory Junction? They're anchored.
Quite firmly. Hey, by the way, guys, private conversation topic things getting thrown in a certain channel.
From within the box, you can hear a muttering of, "Oh, merde. You said tableaus anchored into the ground of the underworld?"
Yes, several now. It's gotten very interesting upstairs. The anchor. It's as if the entire town is an anchor for every ghost up there.
There is a pregnant pause while the voice from within the box appears to consider this. I never thought Charles would get so close to his ambitions, only to screw up so badly. You said that the entire town is acting as an anchor for ghosts?
Yes.
That is surely not intended. In fact, you can hear him scoff again. That sounds like part of my cuisine that he couldn't pervert to his ends.
So, Jacques, I am sure that you don't want Charles to get away with whatever he's doing, and it certainly is going to make everything here a lot worse, especially for you and everybody you're currently working with. Because what will likely happen is this town getting blotted off the map to sew up the little patch it's ruining. At least that seems to be what his master seems to think. So if you're enjoying your current livelihood here and have plans for your own future down here under the stars, I would suggest cooperating with us. Besides, you might get to have a conversation with him afterwards. Assuming I don't decide to make sure that he doesn't have much of an afterlife after all.
Tell us everything you know, and we'll do everything we can to give you an opportunity to consume him.
Your offer is generous, yes. But you speak to me of want. And yes, I suppose I would want to see my dear Charles accept consequences of his actions. But there is one thing I want more than that.
Oh?
Is it beef?
The chains of the box rattle as the voice within screams at a volume that almost makes your ears hurt. I want out of this damn box!
Well, you see, as far as I can tell, we're the only people here who have any possibility of getting that for you. And before we even talk about that, I'm going to need some actual cooperation. Because the moment we do that, you've got no reason to listen to us anymore.
Hold
But we
on.
can make sure that you get some things you do want.
And if I tell you what you want, you can simply walk away from this box. And I will never hear from you again.
Lex?
I'm going to roll presence plus persuasion with de-escalation. And here's what I'm saying. If you give us the information, and it turns out to be true, we will absolutely let you out of this box. In an opposed roll, do I have to re-roll before you roll, or can I re-roll after you roll?
Did you not use
Nope.
willpower?
Nope.
Then I'll let you re-roll. Same as always.
So it's a brick of stats.
Actually, that's too low because my presence is actually 6 right now, and I forgot to notate that.
It's still 6 successes.
Yeah.
We're fine for now. Just probably note that for your future.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
You can
believe
hear-
you're already at 6 stats. My God.
You can hear a note of desperation enter Jacques' voice. But what guarantee do I have that I will see you again other than your word?
Because we have to operate down here. I want to be very clear with you. I'm a sin eater and I'm in my teens, dude. Do you think I'm never coming to the underworld again? This town that Giltskull runs is the closest piece of the underworld I have. I have to come down here all the time. Breaking my word. Sorry,
Go on.
Lex,
I was
were you
clearing
wanting
my
to
throat.
interrupt me?
You have to take our word for it. You have no other option. If it helps, I'll offer you a pinky promise. Nathan inserts his pinky through one of the chains to shake.
One, you can hear muffled French cursing from within the box. It seems I am over the barrel, as they say.
Tout alors.
Fine. Lord Mayor, I want you to act as our witness here. Giltskull pats the box fondly and says, Yes, Jacques. Yes, sir. I will speak to you the truth. And I will also say this in as friendly as manner as possible. These chains are not magically reinforced. They simply do not have the equipment or anyone with the bare strength to rip them off here. If you are thinking of going back on your promise, as soon as Lord Giltskull finds a cast-off capable of getting through these chains, I will be capable of finding you myself and letting you know how I feel about a broken promise.
I swear to you, on the Styx that flows outside this manor, that you and I will speak face to face once your student lays dead.
I, Nathan Cartwright, swear to you on my need for revenge against your beloved Charles. Come on, Tibbs, your turn.
I want to learn everything you know over a beer.
Tips,
You hear
that was
a-
the most interesting choice you could have made. Well done.
You hear a long, rattling, redolent sigh from within the box. Fine. I said I would tell you everything, and I will tell you everything.
So here are the most important things. First of all, what is Charles's cuisine?
I did my best to teach Charles a more refined manner of dining. My cuisine was that of the fisherman. I would use my rights to create a hole between the mortal world and the underworld, and I would use that to lower down a trap for ghosts. Those ghosts I would then puree and use in my cooking. This
And
would give is how I achieved my power. But Charles was never able to uh, get a handle on it. He was far too impatient for the process of catching and pureeing and cooking the ghosts. Did one of you have something to say, or am I hallucinating?
No, that was Kerrigan snoring. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Okay, that is something I was hearing then, at least.
she's being adorable in the background. How many cats do you have behind you?
I have Kerrigan and Kruger, and Colada's in the closet.
Oh my god.
No, Charles never had the patience for anything like that. He had the most barbaric cuisine I've ever seen in my life.
Ty flicks open a notebook and says, "A shame that he was unable to meet his instructor at their own level. So, what was it?"
His right requires him to catch a ghost with his bare hands before he rips it apart with his teeth.
That's it.
Yes, the most barbaric villain I've ever seen in my life. While many others at the society were jealous, personally I find it incredibly unrefined.
That is a huge problem. That is a huge problem, and it meant that he was, oh my god, he was trying to he nearly ate our Geist friend. Whew. Wow, I'm so glad we sorted that one out.
Kenny, I would like to use my recording app to just record him saying incredibly unrefined.
Why?
Because I want to
Because
play
we're
it
going to
on
throw that at Charles.
because I want to play it on a loop in earbuds in Charles's ears when we catch him.
Yes, myself and many members of the society tried to get Charles to refine his manners. Perhaps a hunt on horseback. One of our other members would force a ghost into the body of a game animal that he would hunt across the English countryside.
Ah,
A
fox
little,
hunting.
Yes, a little time-consuming for my tastes, but he was quite a gentleman.
Secondly, do you know how the anchors he's using on your modified cuisine work? And can they be reversed?
Tell me everything you know about his about the modifications he has made to my cuisine.
Okay. So
I
we have
We
the
have actual-
paper.
Tibbs has something to say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I start going off at lengths about every minute detail that I remember about how he has it set up, and my speculations on the implications of what of the of what each part is.
Not to mention, we've also shown this to both Screamer and Granny. God damn it, D. We've shown this to D as well. So you've got those memorized. You've got the actual papers that he had on this. And we also know what the original one is. So maybe make like an occult roll to get as much detail as you can. See if we can't help Jacques along here.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I also, when you're done making that roll, I want you to let me know everything that you know, so Jacques doesn't repeat himself at you.
Okay.
Because Jacques is going to give you everything.
Woo!
Woo!
3 successes.
Yeah, that's good.
Intelligence plus occult.
All right. So, like I said, tell me everything you know, so you don't get a earful of repeats.
Um, okay, I know that there's several points that the rituals can be done or need to be done, and it's essentially going to pull the town into the underworld. And wow, I'm completely blanking out right now. I'm sorry.
Would you like me to give you what I remember, just so we can do like a little round robin of the details that are sticking in our brains?
Yeah.
Please.
So first order of business. Here is the process. First, does a murder, probably having something to do with art. We don't know exactly why all the art stuff is going on, but it has been tied to art from the Renaissance so far. Secondly, this creates a tableau which we then drop down. The original one had a cage, which once the ghosts got brought to the tableau, called in by it, the cage would basically snap up, hold them up, and pull them back up. The cage has been removed from his version and replaced with an anchor, which digs into the ground. Once the anchor has been done, he breaks the motor that would have been able to pull the chain back up and leaves it in place. And each time the motor is run, he basically runs it until it's no longer able to pull, with the implication that each one of these he's doing is supposed to pull the underworld closer, making a firmer connection. Is that roughly right? Also, I believe that there is like the name of DaVinci's apprentices carved into like every inch of the chain.
Yes. The DaVinci's apprentices are carved into the chain. We did know about the DaVinci murders beforehand. We have all of the killer's personal clues.
We are 99.999% sure that the DaVinci murders are Jacques. So I think that's about it. Also, if he pulls off like 10 of these, the bad thing is going to happen.
Is that all the details that everyone understands currently?
Yeah.
All right. The voice from within the box clears its throat. Well, first allow me to explain to you how my cuisine works, so I can explain to you how it was perverted by Shams.
Oh, there was one more thing. We did have that thing that we showed, the bastardization of the spell work or whatever that we showed to D that we still have.
Yeah, we can describe the the photos and the objects that we got.
Mm-hmm.
And there was rust on his chains where there weren't on the original.
All right. Great. So I'll go ahead and explain it. So, here is how my cuisine worked originally, and then I can explain to you what parts that Charles perverted. My cuisine worked by juxtaposing the ultimate beauty of life with the ultimate horror of death. I would find a victim, kill them in as brutal a fashion as I could, and then use their remains to create a piece of performance art mirroring one of the works of DaVinci. As he was the greatest artist in history, this allowed for the most heightened emotion from anyone who might view it. I would take the ghost left behind by my victim and use it to fashion a cage, and within that cage, a bait. A tableau mirroring the artwork I had created above. The dead are usually drawn to these tableaux in one fashion or another. Some might wish to join, some might wish to try to break it. Some may simply be curious. But the ones who got too close to the tableau would be caught as the bars of the cage snapped up around them, and then the chain would bring them up, and I could find the ghosts trapped for me at the site of the original work. From what you have told me, and from what I understood from what Charles's work he did when I was alive, he seems to have altered it very crudely, with the cage substituted for an anchor. And it sounds like instead of pulling up, the chain instead pulls down. Is that correct?
As far as we're able to determine, they're at least trying to pull the two closer together. He runs the motor until it's unable to bear going any further.
So what particular question did you have about the cuisine, about this? So I know what to tell you.
Does he know how the anchor works or how to dislodge it?
Even though he has altered the anchor, the cage into an anchor, from what you have explained to me from his notebook that you found, it sounds like the mechanism is still overall similar. Originally, the cage was built as a trap. The bars of the cage would be hidden under the surface of the underworld and beneath the tableau. He has simply made it, changed the form of the bars and removed their ability to snap up and around. Which is a bit of a problem. You see, part of what made this such an ingenious trap is that with the cage's bars being made from a ghost, the underworld itself, the soil and rocks of the ground, would be attempting to eat away at the ectoplasm, thus holding it down and keeping it from emerging prematurely and keeping any other ghost from detecting it.
And just going to assume, let's say an enterprising ghost with a shovel were to try and clear the dirt around it, that probably would not work either.
If a ghost got too close in that regard, its original function, the bars would immediately snap up and catch them within the cage. So this time it would not. But the original mechanism that caused those bars to snap up is likely still there, in order to release the anchors should they need to be released, which was, of course, the presence of sufficient ectoplasm.
So,
How do we determine the appropriate amount of ectoplasm?
Unless he has changed it very much, I simply had it react to an amount of ectoplasm that would make a good meal. 2 or 3 ghosts, usually.
and all this would do would be would release the anchor and cause this to haul the way back up to the top, because it wouldn't have gone free.
He does not look like he had enough finesse in order to truly adapt to my ritual.
But
I believe that would cause the anchor to release, yes.
But there are
And
already ghosts on these tableaus.
Those are part of the tableau.
Oh.
So I don't. Is the
Tibbs has a question.
sorry?
Okay. So a sufficient enough concentration of plasma will cause the mechanism to release, which will draw his attention, yes?
I would assume, since he is doing this for a reason.
Okay. So let's get one of those Chthonic guys. Not like the higher ones, but like the ones that people were following around and whatnot.
I mean,
And they're super dangerous too, so it might cause some damage to them.
So throwing a couple Chthonians on there, seeing it trigger the thing, and essentially throwing a bunch of violent death crabs into reality.
I mean, it's not going to. It's releasing the. Okay, my apologies. When you say released, is it releasing the chain or is it releasing the hooks?
I think he said
The anchor would likely be released.
Sorry, what was
So
that?
The anchor would likely be released.
Okay,
And unless he has made an alteration to it, this would cause the mechanism to pull upward.
okay. So let's fill it with C4 and then do that.
I mean, at the very least, it would set him up well, and we. Oh, question. You mentioned blending up the ghosts when the trap went off. Was that something you do once you had the cage full of ghosts arrive up there, or is that something inherent to the design of your cuisine?
That is something I would do as part of the ritual once I had them caught. You see, I have this lovely runic blade. I would use it to finely chop the ghosts. And then
Sorry, go on. I do apologize.
I would use that to finely chop the ghosts. Only under a full moon, as it were. in order for it to work properly. After finally mincing the ghosts with my blade, uh, I was able to crush them with a mortal and pestle I had acquired that had been used in druidic rites.
Do you think Charles would be in possession of that blade? Did he know where it was?
Oh, yes, if he has any sense, he would have taken that along with anything else that I had and would have been of value to him.
Certainly. Sorry, we need to be prepared for these things since I will be attempting to kill him.
From what you have told me, it sounds like he has altered the ritual that he in order to strengthen the sympathetic link between the mortal world and the underworld to an amount I had never intended.
It is probably going to go very badly for everyone involved.
Yes, the idea of this causing an anchor condition in the mortal world, excuse me, anchor condition. I the thought of this
We know
causing
what you're saying.
causing ghosts to be anchored to the mortal world when they should not be. That is worrisome. It sounds as though it sounds to me as though he was not able to alter the bait sufficiently, and the tableaux are within that are used as bait are having just as strong effects above ground as they are underground.
Makes sense, especially because we haven't noticed a lot of ghosts being very interested in the tableaus themselves, as far as I'm aware. That would have caused the thing to snap, so the effects must be happening on the other end.
Lord Mayor Giltskull, having had quite a few conversations with me, would know better than to let any of his citizens play with a tableau.
Fair enough.
They are the underworld's own crude hunting mechanism.
So, with that in mind, I think I'm pretty set. Do you guys need anything else from this man?
Tibbs?
I have some ideas, but I think I'm good.
I have a thing that I need to know from you. What does it taste like? Your cuisine.
Personally, I always felt that ectoplasm tasted like blueberries. So I would try to work the ectoplasm into something that a dish that would benefit from the flavor.
That makes sense. Oh, there was one other thing. I do apologize. I'm sorry. My notes are a little scattered here. I understand that as you continue to savor your cuisine and adapt your personal skill at the art, that certain abilities of abmortal power are given to you. Do you know what Charles was in possession of before your unfortunate disagreement?
Hmm.
Do you want the short version or the long version?
Can we just kind of have gotten a polite list read off to Tibbs in the form of a last time we saw him character sheet?
Also, like, do you want Jacques' story.
Yeah.
Oh, we love Jacques' story. I didn't know how to ask for that. If there's more we can get out of him, especially his plotline, I'd love to get this man talking. I just was running out of questions.
All right, so, well, now you know that you can ask that. During our time together, I found that he was a very enthusiastic hunter, and especially in the catacombs of Paris. I would guess 400.
AD.
No, ghosts.
Oh.
Of course, that was only the time that I knew him.
Of course. And it has. How long ago were you trapped up in the box? Were it just before you were dropped in, or had you been in there for some time? I helpfully mentioned the year in case he doesn't know.
Oh, Charles killed me, I believe, shortly before he returned to America.
Gotcha. And he's had a whole career here, hasn't he? People who remember things.
I mean, he has a daughter.
He has a
Who's an
daughter. He had
adult.
a business that's been running basically his whole adult life. Yeah, he's been here a minute. I'd guess at least 50 years, but we could probably get that with business records, which are public domain.
He told me quite a lot about his business and his daughter. You see, he had arrived in Paris during a vacation after his retirement.
Hmm.
We met at the Louvre, admiring the Mona Lisa together. I noticed that he was watching some of the ghosts who were walking by, and we got to talking. You see, he was quite distraught over the recent death of his wife. They had intended to take the vacation to get together. Now that their daughter was of age to take over the mortuary. We got to talking, and Charles admitted that he had been able to see ghosts his whole life. But yet he had not seen the ghost of his dead wife, and he wanted so badly to find her. So I showed him a few tricks. Introduced him to the society. The Culinary Society of Greater Europe. While not of the breeding we would normally consider for the society, the fact that he could see ghosts is fascinating. Mortals don't usually have that ability. But once we had had time to talk, he became enthusiastic. If his wife wasn't in the mortal world, then her ghost must be in the underworld. He was very excited about that idea. When I showed him the underworld and what it was like here, and that a ghost in the underworld was as flesh and blood as a human is above. I think that's what started his madness. In the underworld, there's no difference between a ghost and a human. So his family could truly be together again.
Ah,
I told him that was not advisable. Humans can't live in the underworld for very long. There's very little food down here to sustain a mortal. Eating the ghost of a chicken or cow or even cast off bread won't nourish a mortal. There are some plants, some lichens, perhaps the flesh of some Chthonians, but not all. There is no way for a mortal to live for any length of time. At least, if they weren't already prepared. I thought he had given up these ideas when I explained how they would not work. Charles stayed with me for 2 years. And I only found out too late that he had researched other methods than my own. He seemed to become consumed by the idea of people living in the underworld. That if they did so, there would be no difference between being alive and being dead. We began to argue about this idea. And I had no idea how far he'd gotten with this mad little plan of his. Until our final argument. You see, I was telling him once again that there's no food in the underworld for humans, no water they can drink. And that's when he told me that he dealt with that problem. If there was no food or water for a human to drink, then that issue could be solved by simply bringing the food and water with them. Why? He could bring everything they would need. Not just for his little family, but for everyone he'd ever cared about. And that is when the screaming started. And then he put his hands on me. And I prepared to make sure that was the last time, but I had underestimated the extent of his hunting. When he put a hand on each of my ears and pulled up, that was the end of it. I underestimated him, and his madness. And I have paid the ultimate price for it.
So,
We'll
how'd you
make
get
him
into?
pay.
So, how'd you get into this particular hunting?
It is... The concept is ancestral. My grandfather taught it to me. His grandmother taught it to him. While our rites, our cuisine was not passed along, each of us had our own method to consume ghosts. It had been part of our family for 10 generations. Some of the older, more noble houses of Europe had passed along the rite as well, or at least the knowledge. Every mortal who sets out to eat ghosts must learn to do so in a way that calls to their inner soul.
All right. So, Kenny, can I abstract for a moment?
Yeah? What do you need?
I think it is very boring to ask a couple of the following questions, but can I have asked them and gotten the details for the purposes of us needing them later?
All right, what do you want?
A description of the blade such that, I don't know, our oracle friend might be able to locate it.
Hmm? Sure.
Secondly, whether he knew anything about the dead wife in question, i.e., her name, how she died.
Yeah, you can get that information. He gives you a description of the runic blade. In this case, it would actually be a very old, early Iron Age artifact.
Very distinctive, then. Wonderful.
Yeah, with Norse runes circa around 980.
What material is it made of?
Beaten iron, specifically
Shit.
from a thunderbolt. Thunderbolt iron.
Shit.
What?
Because that's going to be harder for the changelings to go steal it.
Because it's cold iron.
They can still do it, but I'm not sure you can drag one of those through a portal. Kenny, it's been a while since I've changeling. Can you walk cold iron through a gate? I can't remember, honestly.
You've brought it into Arcadia before. Yes, you can.
Okay, fine, good. All right. Sorry, because my whole plan on robbing him relied on the changelings being able to go into his house and warp out. So, that was going to be a problem if we couldn't use that to steal it. Because I want that very much, mostly so he doesn't have it.
And for your other question, Charles's wife, her name was Barbara. She was a couple years older than him, so she died in her mid-60s. Short, thin, mostly gray hair with some black streaks remaining.
Do we know how she died?
Heart attack.
Okay. Then probably not worth looking up the instance in question in the Memoria, then that's just a kind of standard death. There wouldn't be any real information to pull from that. All right. Sorry about that, but I didn't know how to make any of those questions interesting.
All right. Anything else that you guys want from Jacques?
Actually, no, Lex.
Nothing I can think of.
Hey, Kenny, I'd like to roll common sense to see if there's something very obvious we're forgetting to ask about.
That's what I was actually gonna do.
I don't think that's how common sense works in that regard.
I was gonna use the Oracle. One of my questions is, what has been forgotten here?
That would work.
So I'm gonna roll. That's synergy plus Oracle rank, right?
But I'm going to say right now, it's save you a little plasm. I've given you everything I've written down for him.
Perfect.
Sorry, I'm just so afraid that because we've had a gap in my brain's mostly here, that I've walked away from a conversation I hope to not have to repeat without some crucial information. Mm-hmm. But if we've got your notes, that's what I wanted to hear. I'm so glad. We thank Giltskull. I reach down and lay a hand on the iron. I'm going to ask a question because I do know my own strength. In the throes of the rage, or calling upon the strength of my partner here, would I be able to tear this thing open with my bare hands?
This is a sturdy, well-built, modern chest, and the chains are steel, the sort that you'd get from a normal, everyday
hardware store.
For most folks, they would require those metal shears to get through them, which they do not appear to have any here. The box itself being well made and made of wood and reinforced with various pieces of steel would be hard to break as well in that same regard. Because obviously Giltskull's thought of simply breaking the box within the chains. Without doing it in such a way that it would harm Jacques, that would be difficult. However, with the rage, you could certainly just rip those chains right off if you wanted. Or even break this box to pieces. It's not like magically reinforced or anything.
I wish you to know something, Jacques, and I want to be very honest with you. I fully intend to come down here and let you out, as I promised. And I have the strength to do so. I just have something to handle first, because I want to make sure that when I do so, we have a wonderful thing to talk about, because you and I are going to have a nice dinner together, possibly. Or at the very least, I'm going to get to show you a lovely memento that your dear friend Charles is going to be spending the rest of his eternity in. I haven't decided yet. He stole my life from me, so I'm going to steal his afterlife from him.
Feel free to come back, especially should you wish to break these chains, and then centuries of the noble necrophage houses of Europe's knowledge would be at your disposal.
I assure you, there is at least one person in this room who is going to want to know all of it. Not my jam, but to be honest, I think that both of us would really, really benefit from having a couple of moments of silence over this very, very irritating character we've both come to dislike. Oh. I have a meeting to get to after this. Thank you for your time.
Alrighty.
And Mr. Giltskull, was there anything you needed me to bring over to Mammon while I was in the way? I just figured I could save you the trip.
Giltskull starts at this suggestion and then says, "No, thank you very much for asking."
I'll send him your best regards. Thank you for your cooperation today.
I leave I leave Giltskull the most recent book on economics that I can find. Cause he's been down here for a bit, right?
God, in a modern economics textbook, that would be a dangerous thing to leave in his hands. You're going to cause irreparable harm down here. Well done.
Like it's just like not even like a
Dude, he's gonna learn about Ponzi schemes and the real estate bubble.
I was just gonna give him like a 101 book, nothing too advanced.
No. That's in the 101 books, dude.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be in a history textbook of economics.
Okay.
Gonna be fun. It's alright. He can do whatever damage he wants down here, you know?
Mhm.
Okay. Doesn't really affect me for very much longer. Alright, shall we?
We shall.
All right. So you wanted to find somewhere to commune with Mammon.
I believe we were explicitly told he is down here.
I would like
I
to
mean,
make a
he's a
stop
chthonic
first.
god, so yes, he lives in the underworld.
I'd like to make
Sorry.
a stop first, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Where do you want to go?
Our friend who has the restaurant now?
El Cookie?
Yep. I'm sorry, but I have an aspiration that says try the beef, it's delicious, and I can't remember what it was for. So I need to go eat some fucking beef somewhere. It was for something, and I think I was like getting into an argument or something, but like
Okay. So, as you walk out of the mansion, you find that at the gates there are a group of about a dozen well-to-do ghosts still arguing amongst themselves. This must be the Chamber of Commerce. You notice among them...
And there would be Cookie, because I believe we got him a position.
Yeah, and amongst the Chamber of Commerce, there is a very well-dressed, considering the place, and very familiar face.
Cookie!
The other members of the Chamber of Commerce turn to look at Cookie as you wave him down. And you notice him blush a slight purple, red and blue. One of the Chamber of Commerce says, "Do you know the Sin Eaters, Mr. Cooksworth?" And another laughs and pats him on the shoulder and says, "You better go talk to them, Cookie, before they eat you."
You know, I've never tried Ghost, but you might be able to convince me. I wouldn't be so rude to a friend of ours.
Roll me intimidation.
Presence 2. Physical work for you? I feel that was pretty physical.
Yeah, sure.
Can I assist?
Yeah, sure. Strength plus intimidation.
Ah.
Thanks
Never
so
mind.
much.
You have at least some strength.
I have one. Alright,
It's-
hold on. Let me
Roll for
assist.
any dice is basically what we're saying here.
Do you have
gonna-
intimidation?
I'm gonna add my willpower. Yeah, I do.
3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6.
+2.
8 dice. That's an actually decent roll. I'm sorry, but I'm not letting anyone make fun of our friend because he's a friend of ours.
Yeah.
That's not okay. They can make fun of our friend, but if it's because he's a friend of ours, that's an insult.
Is Prom Queen here? Can she also be intimidating?
She kind of has to be here. She's your Geist. She can't.
What did you think she was in the bathroom? Sorry, I'll be back.
I mean, it's part of the deal. They don't get a chance to go somewhere else. Where's she gonna go? Pittsburgh?
No, you know what? We'll go to the Dead Mall, and I'll unleash her so she can go do her shopping, and I'll do mine.
She's in goddamn Cancun. Sunning on the beaches of Florida going, ah, shit! I gotta get back.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, you rolled a 3, right? 3 successes?
Yep.
Yeah. I want to be very clear. I have at no point threatened violence. I have just heavily implied.
The remainder of the Chamber of Commerce scurries off at a quick pace. Quick, but undignified. Leaving Cookie behind, looking small.
My apologies. I did not mean to upset you or to embarrass you in front of your friends. I just was excited to see you. It's been a while, and we do actually care about you. And if it weren't for the fact we were hunting down a serial killer, we would have had a lot more time to talk.
It's fine, he says, coughing into his hand. I wouldn't be on the Chamber of Commerce without you 3. Believe me, I remember.
Rob, I just figured I'd ask, how the growing experiments were going. I know I haven't been able to check in. Did anything ever sprout up?
Yes, but not much. I was able to get an overall crop of 2 potatoes.
Not great, but proof
I
of
wonder
concept.
if fertilizer would help.
Might just be dead soil. So those were the real potatoes, not the cast off.
And when you tried to plant a regular potato plant, if I remember right.
Yeah.
We tried planting both potato plants and cast off potato plants, so we weren't sure whether either of those would take.
The cast off ones took beautifully.
Beautiful.
They've been added to the menu permanently. But the real potatoes are too precious.
I can imagine. We'll have to see if it's just a problem with the soil. I can stop by the greenhouse and see if we can't get a couple of things that might help. Is there anything else you'd want for your menu, though, since apparently the cast-offs of seeds are functional?
The old cast of greed returns to Cookie's eye. I can think of a few things, he said, beginning to smile again.
I am deeply invested in making sure you are very successful down here, and honestly, your kindness on that first day has set us up very well. So I want to make sure that you never have any problems, especially with somebody disrespecting you in your place of business. That is not acceptable. And I'm very sorry that that happened, especially because of us.
Cookie settles back into a more relaxed and familiar posture, and he spits on the ground underneath him. Oh, it's just old money doing its thing. He sighs. Ever since Father Calavera came back, there have been riots. And the other members of the Chamber of Commerce, well, I'm the closest thing to an average gutter citizen they ever get to see.
Got it.
Maybe
what
we
kind
should
of work?
change that.
What kind of business are they in?
Let's see. Giltskull himself is the only landlord here, but property
Mhm.
management has also been an extremely important piece of our economy. After all, Giltskull isn't going to be looking after his tenants himself.
Mhm.
And I'm guessing construction's also pretty big here.
Construction, and also there's uh, there's also at least 3 trading companies.
Makes sense. Got several markets set up here. The Dead Mall, the other market. I
And
hope
of
you're
course, we have a representative from the Cartographers Guild.
the Cartographers Guild. I'm not familiar.
Mapping the underworld is extremely important for anyone who wants to set up a river city or find another river city.
What's that person's name?
Would you? I know that perhaps you're not on the best of terms, but if I were to stop by perhaps in the next week to drop off whatever might suit adding to your menu, would you be willing to perhaps make an introduction?
Certainly, I would be happy to introduce you. And the representative from the Cartographers Guild that we have here uh, just goes by the name Ortelius.
Wonderful. I do apologize for interrupting your day, and I hope that I haven't caused you any problems. I've got a meeting to stop by, but if I were to swing past here on the way back, do you think you might have a shopping list ready for it?
Certainly.
Pleasure doing business.
Did you actually want to go eat something?
Yeah,
Because Lex did mention that.
I would like to go eat beef, please.
We're gonna swing by the cafe, just get ourselves something. We've got a long visit ahead of us. I thank you so much for all your help today.
Okay. So, you guys make a quick stop by Letty's in the Dead Mall, Cookie's restaurant, and as good as his word, his employees serve you without asking for any sort of restitution. You get a decent approximation of steak and jacket potato.
Hmm.
You're not sure what the butter is made of, but it tastes dairy and not rancid. So, win-win.
Well, he has a cow, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. He would have access to that. So, in fact, it is the finest hand churned, small batch.
Damn.
I forgot cows give milk because I am a smart man.
And I mean, as clear as it is, he's been using every inch of the cow he can. Definitely seems like the sort of guy who would make sure to fucking milk it too.
All right, so all of you add 5 plasm to your pool, assuming you have room for it.
I'm actually maxed.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, I mean, you can take it with you.
Can I bottle it?
No, you can just take the food. Just not finish it.
It's not like it's gonna go bad. It's a ghost.
It's rude. You can't
It's a
take free
restaurant.
food to go.
It's a restaurant.
Anyways, so we ate, and you enjoy yourself, and we have a good time. You do not have to benefit from the plaza.
No, I lied. I'm taking it with me. I have a very good idea.
Okay.
Great. So taking your leftovers with you. All right. So what idea did you have for contacting Mammon in the underworld?
So I am the only person who thinks this is a good idea, probably. Ethan? Nathan. I promise I will not agree to anything unless you both sign off on it. And I will not murder any teenagers. I'm not going to tell you I'm not willing to kill people. There are at least 4 people in this town that you guys would agree to murder on sight. And you know that as well as I do.
Yep.
I need to be powerful enough to kill this man. And I'm not getting there fast enough. I would like to at least know what's on the table. And you know that this man can offer power, and that he is probably going to offer a very generous deal, being that he wants us to win.
Mm-hmm.
Can we at least ask?
Yeah, let's see what he comes up with.
There's no harm in theoretical information.
So, Ty literally gets down on his knees and looks up at Nathan. Would you consult the Oracle to find his house?
Sure.
Right.
Let me find my channel. Sorry. I am going to be casting Oracle, and it costs 1 to 4 plasm. It's Oracle plus synergy.
Lex no longer needs to turn keys for fucking anything.
So, where are you going to go to do this, or are you going to just do this right out in the middle of town?
Let's get out a. We'll go down the river a ways until there isn't like 10,000 people swarming around us.
All right, what sort of location are you looking for here?
A relatively unobserved one?
Why?
And how about a clearing in the Wood of Suicides?
Sure.
Yeah, you are safe to go there. We checked that already.
I am. Tibbs isn't.
Yeah,
Neither of you tried to kill yourself when we walked through here last time.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Because that was the problem. I was worried about one of you joining a tableau.
Okay. So let's head. Can we do this underneath the tree where I killed Big Bird?
Sure, that sounds good.
Cool.
I just want to make absolutely sure that you did this where you wanted to do this, because there is a chance I would have rolled for NPCs to see you.
Doesn't matter.
They might get to the information on where to find a chthonic god who is a master of dark temptation.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I want to be spreading this address
Exceptional
around.
success.
Holy shit.
All right. So, let's see. Consult the Oracle. How much plasma are you spending?
4.
And how many dots do you have in it?
4.
Alrighty. So spend 1 plasm on activating this, and 3 plasm to get the enhancement to ask a single question about the underworld. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't want more charges, because that would cost more money. Need more plasma.
I think we only need the 1. Can I pay more if I need more? Or would I need to fully reactivate?
I don't think you need to reactivate. Like, you're allowed to add these enhancements on multiple times if you want.
Okay.
All right. So what are you going to ask?
Where can we find Mammon currently? Mammon. Sorry. We were talking to Jacques for so long.
Maman. Le maman. Excuse-moi, où est maman?
All right. Usually, when you consult the oracle from the mortal world, you have a vision of the caves of the underworld speaking to you. Consulting the oracle here, in this place, is this the first time you've done this in the underworld?
No, because last time we were looking for Screamer in the underworld, we did it at his camp.
All right. The shadows dance around you as the underworld prepares to reply. The shadows of the trees warp and bend. You see them begin to swirl around you in a spiral. The whirling shadows you can almost feel their presence upon you as they press down upon the dirt of the underworld. And the underworld gives to these shadows that have no substance. You have to jump back as the shadows seem to plow through the soil, or rather, the soil of the underworld rearranges itself around the shadows, spinning around. A hole is bored into the clearing, with the shadows whirling around it, spiraling down 1 layer, 2 layers, before finally ending 13 layers deep.
I don't think we can visit.
The hole widens, and you can see shadows playing alongside the miniature sides of the hole. It's like you can see small humanoid shadows hefting various tools, wheelbarrows, the shadows of picks and shovels, going down, down, down.
Oh. Oh.
The shadows of the underworld stop spinning, and you're left instead with the hole, a perfect replica of the pit.
That's what they're digging for. Okay, guys, first off, let's everyone give Giltskull a hand for being the most easy to talk into horrifying deals with satanic figures. Everybody, a big hand for Giltskull. He's apparently just that guy.
So wait, hold on. Let me just talk this out real quick. Giltskull is digging for Mammon?
Yes. The pit is finding its way to where Mammon is buried. So, being that
Maybe
that's
we
place...
should just talk Giltskull into being part of our crew.
No, I'm still gonna kill him.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Giltskull is busy with his own stuff.
To be honest, there's too many people currently on his to meet with list. I think we could have gotten in before he found the box. So with that in mind, I'm guessing that we could probably just find a way to communicate down here. Do you mind burning a little more, whatchamacallit? The thing with the stuff.
Yeah. Do you need...
'Cause
I can just add more plasm.
Yeah, could you pump a little more plasm in before you break out of your trance?
Yeah, what do you need?
How would we go about communicating with Mammon while we're down here?
Oh, okay. Kenny, does Mammon have a cell phone?
I don't think we should ask that question.
I'm gonna
I do
spend
love the
one-
idea of him popping open his cell phone. Same.
So, you want to ask how to communicate with a chthonic god in the underworld
Before I do that, I would simply like to pull out my compact mirror and say Mammon into it 3 times and see if he answers.
No.
Okay.
I don't think he is meaningfully a ghost.
I mean, he's dead. He's in the underworld.
I don't know if he's dead.
He's buried.
I do have the Eye of Mammon.
Well, can you look out of it and tell us where he is? Just kidding.
And we know where he is.
I'm kidding.
See, I'm looking for the text I gave you for that. I forget. I'm actually straight up forget what it does.
Did we get text for that? Because I'm not seeing any text for it in.
Yeah, I didn't give it any text. Damn. Thing is, I did actually intend. Hold on. Maybe I did write it down. Give me a half a second.
Mhm.
Because I'm hope I didn't simply forget, but it is possible. Yeah, I appear to have not written it down.
Okay.
So I will see. Here's what I intended. I actually intended it to be a method of communication.
Oh, shit.
But I forgot to write it down.
Straightforwardly, Kenny, that's not a problem, because we haven't looked at it.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe our person could make an occult roll and figure that out. That's still very within the story. We've never spent a day action figuring it out. Categorically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, since we can't visit him,
Maybe
do we
he
have
can
anything
visit
that
us.
connects back to him? Maybe we can find a way to commune with him? Do you have any ideas, Ethan?
Yeah. I think I have an idea. I hold up the eye.
You know, I can't believe I forgot about that, but to be fair, I had just met a god, so I think I'm going to give myself credit for not remembering every detail of what happened there.
Yeah, and things have been a little chaotic since then.
The whole murders and everything.
Yeah.
Why don't you give that a look? Maybe that's how we were supposed to call him? I don't know. At the very least, it might give us a guiding way to figure it out.
Yep.
Give me an occult roll at a -3.
I'd offer to help, but I can't.
3 successes.
All right, give me just a second here.
Mm-hmm.
So the basic plan is just to keep the air from being dead. We're going to go in there, and I'm just going to lay it out on the table. I cannot personally beat the crap out of this man. And if we start a fight, we're going to lose on the simple ground that I will die in 2 or 3 swings.
Mhm.
And I love you both. I love you both. And both of you are decently strong combatants, but none of you have the capacity to do your cool thing if someone's giving you a wedgie.
Oh, sorry that this took me so long, because I really, truly forgot to actually write this up.
It's not a problem. I'm just glad that you were willing to give it to us now when we need it, rather than telling us to go fuck ourselves.
All right. Well, here you go. Would you like to read the text that I just sent you, Tibbs?
All right. Eye of Mammon, key, pyre flame. Description: a golden orb shaped like an eye and covered in carvings. The scene depicts that what appears to be a human sacrifice. Effect: when submerged in water, it creates a uh, a conduct for communication. The water will begin to boil, and the chthonic god Mammon can speak through the golden steam until the water boils away.
Well, we're here for a trip through the underworld, and I thought we were going to have to be on a relatively large journey. So I'm going to open up my pack, and I'm going to grab every... What?
Don't waste the water we can drink. We're right near a river.
Is that meaningfully water? And do we want it to keep going until it's boiled away? But we could...
I wasn't going to put it in the river. I was going to get some of the river water.
Idea. We dig a little pit. We dig a little culvert from the river. Let it fill up on its own. We seal the culvert back up by knocking the dirt back in. We toss the eye in. About an hour's work for a hefty young gentleman like myself.
That is literally what I was proposing.
All right, Kenny. How do you feel about stamina athletics for some good old-fashioned muscle work on this one?
All right, sure. If you had something to cover it in, to carry it in, though, the underworld did already dig you a little hole.
I've got a pot.
Do you want to dig, or do you want to do it this way? Whichever one. I don't care.
Well, we've got a hole, so I'm just going to dig the culvert out to our little hole here. Right. I remember the Wood of Suicide's not being too far.
No, it's pretty much on the bank.
So
get stamina plus athletics?
Yep. Okay. I don't think I can justify hockey on this one. I don't think they've got anything in common. Actually, you know what? I do need some sort of tool for doing this. And I've only got one on me. Is my familiarity with my hockey stick enough to get me +2, Kenny?
Sure, makes sense to me.
Sorry,
a hockey stick makes a shitty shovel, though.
Oh yeah, well it's what I got. I didn't bring a shovel with me. I didn't think we'd have to dig.
Nathan literally watches him pull out his hockey stick and does not mention the small fold-out camping shovel he keeps in his backpack. Because this seems funny.
You're an asshole, and if he ever finds out, he's going to give you a wedgie about it. I just want you to know.
So you have an e-tool on you?
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, he would be pissed.
The bank of the Styx is about 40 feet away.
Exceptional success, everyone.
So it's about 40 feet away, and it takes about 20 minutes for Ty to put his hockey stick into the side of the little replica pit that was produced by the Oracle and drag the hockey stick through the ground 45 feet to the shore of the Styx. On the bright side, it's the first time a channel this long has been dug in technically one swing. If you can count someone dragging a hockey stick about a foot through the dirt for 35 feet as a swing. 35 feet.
7 in 1 blow. Let's go!
Right,
All
you've
right.
got your water. The water fills the little replica pit.
I go over and kick the dirt in to fill in the culvert once it's nice and full, so we don't have to worry about maybe draining the Styx. As you were. It's your eyeball.
Okay. So I take the I take the eye out of my bag, and it's in its own little Crown Royal bag, and I tie a bit of string to the a bit to the one of the drawstrings, and then lower it into the pit.
All right. Once submerged in the water of the Styx, the eye begins to glow molten red, and the water goes from cold to boiling in a few seconds. A plume of steam emerges from the boiling water, turning gold.
Stick smoke. Don't breathe this.
You feel something resonating in the steam before you hear the before you hear the deep sonorous voice of a Mammon answer. Ah, hello. How can I help you? So mechanically, I'm going to give you one question each before this goes away.
Well, who wants to go first?
Does anyone want to talk
Thank
to
you,
him?
Boyd. Hydrate.
Hydrate!
Water.
Thank
It's
you,
what's for
Boyd.
water.
So,
Thanks again, Boyd.
does anyone want to talk to him before I do? Does anyone have any questions for him? Or do you guys want to be there for follow-ups after I've asked him the stupid question?
I'll take a follow-up.
Same.
All right, well, I'll jump on the grenade then.
So no one else has any questions?
I do,
Not
but
yet.
I'm going to take a follow-up.
Okay.
Mammon. We know who we're after. I know what he's capable of, and we've gotten the information from Jacques. But I cannot act on this information, not in a way that would allow us to stop this. I don't have the strength. I know that you have made deals with others before, and I know you are invested in my success. What can you offer me to make me strong enough to deal with him? And what would it cost?
The voice of Mammon is silent for a moment while it seems to consider your request. So, you wish for the strength to fight directly with this exhibition killer?
It's the only thing I know how to do. Everyone else here is smart, clever, capable of them. But this man can bend metal with his bare hands. And toe to toe, he's going to knock me onto my ass and then get to all my friends before they can do all their fun magic stuff. Somebody has to front line, and that's me, and I'm not strong enough. And I don't know how to fix it. So I'm going to ask anyone who might have the chance. And the only person I know who has been capable of doing whatever they please has been you.
I shall share a secret with you. What you do with that secret will be yours to contend with.
I thank you.
All right, I'm going to need to write this custom ritual up, but he explains to you a mystic rite by which it is possible to transfer physical and mental qualities from a victim to a recipient. It will, however, kill the victim.
Hey, you guys up for a jailbreak?
What?
Why, the third place winner of Crunchfest might have something that we could use. And if only there were some people who could walk through the walls of a prison. We got both! We got both for you! We both got him mortal justice and supernatural justice! You don't have to actually let me do this, but it did strike me as the funniest possible answer.
So,
anyways.
So you're saying that the ritual, make sure I heard correctly, it transfers a physical or mental quality from one person to another, killing the original person that it belonged to, correct?
Yes, the donor will be killed.
So if I'm understanding this correctly out of character, I think this is stealing stat points wholeheartedly.
I'm going to allow it to steal stat points or physical or mental merits.
What about conditions?
I mean, that makes sense to me if you wanted to say steal like their arm rack.
I was going to say vegetative state.
That I would allow that, yeah.
That's a deeply messed up idea you've had, because that will kill one person, leave the other person permanently stuck in a vegetative state, but you go you.
We'll talk about this another time.
You're way more messed up than I am, and I love that for you.
So I'll write this up for you.
Okay.
So Mammon seems pretty pleased with himself and that he has given this to you.
I know exactly what to do with it. What cost would you ask of me for it?
It would amuse me to say that the cost is in the using, but I sense in you the resolve, the desire to to use the secret I've given you. So what I will want from you in return will be service. Your line always serves me. Your line is a line that wants but cannot have.
Ah, you have met my brother, then. Piece of fucking garbage that he is.
So like your forefathers before you, I give you the means to have your wishes granted at the cost of service.
How long and when?
Eternal after your death.
It seems to be a family tradition. Fair enough. I assume you mean after me and this one go split skis and not right now, immediately.
Yes, after you actually die. For the final time. And find your home in the underworld.
Fair enough. Done.
For my secrets you shall walk my ebon halls.
I know.
All right. So did either of the other of you have a question for Mammon?
Tibbs, what you got?
You seem to have a line on some of your on your followers and when they're going to pass. I don't suppose you know of any in the area that are due soon who are not in the best physically, like, you know, vegetative states or quadriplegic or something like that.
A farmer knows when he intends to slaughter his pigs.
Mhm.
You want a sacrifice of a frail follower.
Mhm.
Someone like that I can give you someone like that, yes.
So fucked up.
Okay. Um, can I get back to you on that one?
I can give this to you, and in return, I wish to feast. I wish for memories of desire and wealth. A lifetime's worth.
Does it have to be the same lifetime?
Should you wish to do something like that, be my guest. But usually, the way I feed is to slaughter one of my pigs and sup at their memories.
Oh, well, I just know a whole chamber of commerce. It's got a lot of wealth sought. memories flowing around. So
Oh, yes. The Lord Mayor and those he lords over in his tiny kingdom.
By the way,
which brings me to my question. Why is Giltskull digging for you?
His line is a line that is cursed to want and to receive. What more can his line have than to walk my ebon halls?
So
he's
you wouldn't be
literally
opposed to me tunneling in and getting you out of there first, right? Because I apparently seem to be cursed with the wish for Giltskull to never get another thing that he ever wants again.
His line always receives what they wish, but do not wish it when they receive it. When
Oh,
he
that's even
walks
better.
these ebon halls, he will walk into my jaws.
delightful. By the way, speaking of somebody devouring Giltskull, somebody is after your lunch. Um, you might want to warn him against opening that box, because Jack is very clearly going to eat him immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if that's funny to you, I'm not going to get in the way of your comedy, but he's very clearly going to eat him.
The necrophage is sworn to another. I cannot interfere, lest I start a war.
Would you want it interfered with?
Hold on. The necrophage is sworn to whom? I can roll if you need me to.
Yeah, because this is going to be your question, right?
Yeah.
Actually, technically, you've already asked your question, so this is definitely going to require a roll.
Okay.
And you're going to have a -5 penalty.
Can I do presence plus persuasion?
Yeah.
So -5?
Mm-hmm.
So I still have 6. I'm gonna
God
save my.
damn.
I'm going to save my willpower for a reroll. 2 successes.
The Lord of the Flies, Beelzebub.
Gluttony. Makes sense. That's honestly kind of obvious in retrospect. I'm very sorry we had to ask.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't Charles.
Charles in charge?
My brother has is the one who provided necrophages with their art in the early days.
That makes
perfect sense.
Stuff like this makes me make me realize why a lot of these Geist organizations end up turning into cults.
The water is boiling away. The last few drops producing steam. Anything else you have to say here?
Thank you.
I drop a coin into the boiling water. Actually, we're right next to the river Styx. I drop 2 coins into the boiling water.
Right. The metal melts beneath the eye. The eye sits on the cooling metal, icy cold to the touch.
I climb down into the pit, haul it out, hand the eye back to you, wait until you put it away, and fall over laughing really, 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 really hard. Giltskull is the dumbest motherfucker I've ever met.
All right. With that being said, I think now is when we drop the curtain.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
So, everybody take 3 beats and
Woo!
let's go around the table. Who wants to do their aspirations first?
Oh, I'll go first, and gotta let everybody else get their stuff ready. Get scouted for college hockey. Been working on my hockey. We're getting ready for the big game. That's going to be huge for me.
Yeah, sports.
Find a way to put the Undertaker underground. I just got a really good tool for that. A very good tool. Talk to the devil about a deal. I don't know what we just did if I didn't do that. Pop goes the weasel. I talked to a Jack in the Box. I thought that was a pretty good one. And learn to fight better. I am in possession of a ritual that will give me the strength of a fully grown adult who was into whatchamacallit, bodybuilding. And while he wasn't at peak form when last we saw him, he very clearly never stopped exercising. Those stats probably aren't all gone. And I would very much like to steal them.
Is that all your aspirations?
Yep, that's me.
All right, who's next?
Go ahead, Dibs.
All right, so my world record speed run, I take a beat for that for the downtime.
Yeah.
Seasons don't fear the Reaper. I believe I can actually clear that for
A Reaper
For-
being gone.
Reaper being gone. Yep. Okay, and then tying up loose ends. Well, I helped Ty make make a deal here. I did not sketch the underworld, although Ty did.
We actually got a great thing for that. We're in contact with the fucking Cartographers Guild now.
Oh yeah. Okay, and then I stepping cleared, talked to Giltskull.
Yep.
All right, that's
All right. Lex?
All right. Number 1, drill the hole. Well, I think I took a step towards that by determining how deep the river Styx is. Okay. Grow the crew. I mean, I did bandy about the idea of getting Giltskull in, and I kind of want Mammon in.
Yeah, that is nasty.
I mean, look at it this way. If Ty is on the crew, right, and he makes a deal with Mammon, then technically Mammon is, by the transitory properties of friendship, also in our crew.
I think, however, we are building a lot of our connections out, and this may be a way to get us closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Also, I'd like to get Cookie in the crew, so. Find out more about my great-great-grandpa. Well, I got his recipes for eating ghosts and learned about tarot from him. I think that's a step. Have a heart-to-heart. I talked to Susie's heart ghost. And try the beef. It's delicious. I really don't remember what that one is about, but I ate some beef, so we're good.
Good enough.
That's me.
All right. Well, thanks for coming out, everyone. We'll be back in 2 weeks to see where things go from here. Hope your New Year's doing well. See ya.
Bye.